Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Ljs Garage. I am sitting in a 2022 Nissan Frontier. This is the SV trim. Nissan says this thing makes every day epic. So stay with me as I give you guys a little walk around tour and explain why Nissan says that. Whether or not that's true, I guess we're going to learn together. But either way, this is exciting because it's about time the Frontier got a facelift and a refresh and all of those good things. I love that the Tacoma has some competition. I love that the Colorado's got some competition. The Jeep trucks got some competition. And this thing looks good. I'm a huge fan of the redesign of the Frontier. And that's, looks are subjective, but I'm going to tell you already, I like the look of this thing. So the Frontier starts at about $27,000, right in that ballpark. And of course, the market's a little bit hectic right now. So good luck finding one the way that you perfectly want it. So there may be some compromise needed if you want to jump in one of these right away. You've got a few different trims, the S being the base model, the SV, which is what I'm currently sitting in. A lot of people don't give the SV enough attention, so that's why I wanted to start here. You've got the Pro, and then you've got the Pro 4X. So with all that being said, there is the little midnight edition, special whatever, blacked out Frontier. But this is the special value edition, or super value, or sexy value, whatever you want to call it. I'm just saying that this is what the SV is. The most noticeable difference is going to be on the interior. Nissan spent a lot of time just pretty much gutting everything from the previous generation and starting fresh. Either way, this is a good place to be. When it comes to mid-size trucks, a lot of people, you can get away with a little less luxury for some odd reason. I don't know if it's the price point. I don't know if it's mid-size trucks kind of get this reputation of being a workhorse. I guess, you get a Tacoma, you put it on your farm. It doesn't matter if it's got heated seats, cooled seats, massage seats, any of that stuff, or 360 cameras. Those are things that are reserved for the full-size, upper scale luxury full-size trucks. So I don't know, maybe that's a thing, maybe it's something I made up, but they've pushed it up as far as giving you some amenities, some niceness, some creature comforts. So since this is a truck and it is going to be worked, 6,700 pounds is your towing capacity. 0 to 60 time is right around 7.5 seconds. If you're curious and you do like to break the law, this thing will do 100 miles an hour in 20 seconds. Psh, that's 20 seconds. You know what you can do in 20 seconds? There's a lot of things. And if you can think of any, let me know what you got. So you've got a couple different configurations. You've got the King Cab, which is just the basic standard smaller cab. Then you've got the Crew, which is basically more of the full size for a mid-size truck cab setup. And then you've got the Crew with the long foot bed. And if you go with the long bed, then you're going to be looking at right around a 6-foot bed. And if you go with the shorter bed option, it's going to end up being a 5-foot bed. When it comes to engine options, what they're doing is they got rid of the old 4-liter V6 and now you get a 3.8-liter V6. And this is making about 310 horsepower, about 281-ish foot-pounds of torque. And again, this is with a 9-speed automatic. So no more CVTs, no more 5-speed, 6-speeds. They finally caught up with times. The 9 and 10-speed automatic transmissions are basically the standard nowadays. When it comes to gas mileage, you're looking at about 18 city and about 24 highway, and that's if you have a 2-wheel drive model. It'll go down a little bit, just a tiny bit, 1 or 2 miles per gallon if you go with the 4-wheel drive models. And if you're curious about how this ride quality is, it's comfortable. It's a great city truck. Acceleration, it's not much faster than any of these other trucks. It's right there with the competition. You're not going to be blown away, but 7.5 seconds, 0 to 60, I would hope that you would know you're not going to be blown away. I didn't get a chance to tow with it, but I've read that it's capable. It's a mid-sized truck, and it works about as well as the rest of them. So I'm going to show you guys some quick shots of the exterior. There's really not a whole lot to dive into. You've got nice wheels. You've got a nice setup. You've got a pretty cool color. You've got your headlights up front. That's really it. No fancy, awesome daytime running lights, nothing crazy cool to point out. But the SV does cut some corners, but it gives you a lot of value in everything else because it gives you the basics, the things that you need. Granted, the basics are a little bit different now that we're in 2021, heading into 2022. So what counts as a basic back then is a little bit different now, but it looks like Nissan's finally got things right.
If you're worried about slamming your tailgate on this thing, you can't because it's got a built-in damper as well as additional outlets and lighting, so that way you can, make good use of your bed for whatever truck things that you have to do. And unfortunately, it's not Rhino line, but it does have these nice little strap down points and anchors. And then here's your backup camera, and you do get keyless entry, but it does use the old Nissan buttons.
And here's your key fob. You do get keyless entry, all of that, and you get remote start. So pretty nice. I know what you're wondering. LJ, is there enough room back here for activities? Well, the answer is yes, no, depends what size you are. You can see my head. I'm 5'9", ignore the hair. It's a little bit taller than usual, but this seat set for me, sitting at 5'9", somewhere between 6 foot tall, you know, you'll be glad sitting in there. Sitting back here though, it's doable. Do I love it? No, not at all. Not at all. But this is a mid-sized truck, so keep that in mind. And this is the crew cab. So if you go for the smaller one, you can't sit 5 people back here, only 4, because these are going to have those little kind of like smaller jump seat style looking things. So keep that in mind. This is all I got. And again, I'm not a giant at all. I'm not saying I'm short, but I'm not a giant. Kind of tall, honestly. Let's be real. 5'9" is kind of above average. I'm not saying it's a whole lot above average, but it's there. You got your regular standard house outlet, another USB-C, and another traditional USB port. Then behind the seats, you got your map storage, and then bam. Overall, I'd give it a 7 out of 10. In case you're wondering, these back seats do fold up just a little bit to allow you to access some little bit of under storage, and that's that. If you're curious what's in here, cup holders. Are you surprised? You shouldn't be. You got your little back window. I did notice there is no rear defroster on this window. Shout out to Volkswagen. Alright, so let's just take a look at everything here. Pan of the interior from the driver's standpoint. As you can see, it's good looking. It's good looking. Got a nice steering wheel. Got nice little steering wheel controls, which you would imagine they would be on your steering wheel. You got your cruise control right there, and then you've got your adaptive cruise control there, so you can check the distance between you and the cars around you, or well, in front of you. If you look on this left hand side, you'll notice you got a tow mode, and that's it. There's no other sport modes, eco mode, anything like that in this Frontier. Everything else on the side is pretty easy to navigate. Let's go over to your gauges. Semi-digital, semi-analog, but they do a good job nonetheless. So let's go ahead and I'll show you guys kind of a few things in here. So taking a look in the menu, you'll see right here you got your driver assistance. You click on that and you can see you got lane. And right now this only has lane departure warning, so you don't have full, assisted driving or anything like that, so keep that in mind. You got your blind spot monitoring, emergency braking, driver attention warning, and that's if you are drifting in and out of your lane a little bit too much. And then from there, you've got all the different sensors and you can adjust the settings. There's really nothing exciting in there, but that's all available. You've got your speedometer, which you can just leave digital there if you like. You've got your off-road gauges, of course. I mean, if you're going to use them, that is. Auxiliary gauges, but overall, look at that. Blind spot monitoring, lane departure warning, forward collision avoidance. And before I get any further, special thanks to Offenberg Nissan over here in O'Fallon, Illinois. If you're in the area, be sure to stop in and let these guys know you would like to buy a Nissan. Maybe a Frontier. I don't know, either way. Alright, so we're going to go down here. You got dual climate control, bam. And then you got your different fan settings, that's all standard. Your heated side mirrors. Then down here you'll see you got your heated seats, heated steering wheel, your park sensor, heated seats for your passenger. Nissan is nice enough to put a little arrow pointing to which side those buttons control, in case you were a little lost. And that's about it for climate control settings and vents. So now let's go back up here and take a look at this menu. Do you guys hear this noise? That's an annoying noise. Not a huge fan. I would certainly turn that off. But touchscreen, responsive, nice, quick. You got Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. And while we're here, let me show you guys what this backup camera looks like. It's not the best, but it gets the job done. It's going to certainly prevent you from hitting anything behind you. But don't be trying to record TikToks on it or anything like that. On this right-hand side, got your glove box. Plenty of storage there. Cup holder over there. Cup holder here. More storage there. More storage here. More storage here. And just like that, we've covered everything that you really need to know about the Frontier SV. Since this is a new transmission, a new engine, we'll have to wait and see as far as reliability goes. But thank you guys so much for making it this far. If you've got any questions, concerns, be sure to let me know. Drop a comment. Let me know what you think is the best midsize truck. Let me know if you think the Frontier has what it takes to be competitive. Granted, I will be getting my hands on a Pro 4X. This is just the SV, and I want to capture how much you get for these 30,000 trucks. And, you know, for most people, this is enough. It's got heated steering wheel. It's nice on your hands. But really, yeah, I like it. Thank you so much for checking out yet another video in LJ's Garage. Be sure to hit that like button, comment button, subscribe button, all of that good stuff, and stay tuned for way more cars.